Ebro in the Morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the Morning, Laura Stiles, Rosenberg, and give it up for 12-year-old Marley Dias right now on the program. Laura Stiles, you put me onto this story.
Yes, because I saw a little clip that was floating around social media. Actually, Don the Bomb sent it to us.
Okay.
Don the Bomb say.
Amazing little girl. So I was watching. I was like, we have to have her on the show.
And what's the whole? Give me the whole thing.
Marley, I want you to explain to us how you came up with the whole hashtag 1,000 Black Girl Books and what it means to you and what are some of the amazing things that you've done since then.
So in my 5th grade class, I was really reading a lot of books where white boys and their dogs are the main character. And I thought it was a problem because in my home, I got to see Black girls and kids of color reflected as the main characters a lot. So I decided that I was going to collect books, and 1,000 where Black girls were the main characters, and donate them to schools across the country so that, diversity could be an important thing for schools, because I know that a lot of kids, they get only their books from school. The reason that they get exposed to a lot of things is through the education system. So I wanted to make sure that it was an equitable system for everyone.
Wow, that is a really progressive thought.
Is it progressive, or is it progressive because you're hearing her articulate it so well and you didn't expect
Yes,
it?
no. It is
the thought has been there for a long time.
Well, the thought has been there, but it is still progressive in the sense that it's not done enough.
Okay.
So, yes, it is a progressive thought. But, yes, particularly coming from a 12-year-old. And, by the way, this is very exciting for me as my wife and I have conversations about having children, because I've gotten to meet Marley's parents. And when I say the apple hasn't fallen too far from the tree, it gives you hope that if you have wonderful parents who instill certain ideas, you can become an amazing young woman.
It is very hard because I have a daughter who is Black, and it is very hard to find material, content, movies, stuff, right? That makes her feel like she's a part of it also, right? Obviously, she doesn't feel like she's being alienated and doesn't think that way, but obviously, as she gets older, you want things to be diverse, right?
Yeah, it becomes internalized eventually, that you just feel that, but you don't really recognize it.
Right, and I think that's what we fight against, and I don't want to say fight, but continue to kind of give Issa books where she sees people that look like her, dolls that have hair texture that look like hers, as well as other dolls. And she has friends, like she has friends from all different backgrounds.
Well, the beauty of it is it's twofold, isn't it? Because it's not only great for little Black girls to see that image, but it's also great for white kids to see that image, right?
That's the goal, is to change the system, not just for Black girls. And I don't do it just because, I do it because I am a Black girl and I wanted to make sure that other Black girls' identity was strong, but to also teach kids who are not Black girls in the beauty of difference. And that's how we get rid of ignorance and hatred and xenophobia, by just opening other people's eyes to different experiences.
Can I have you? Do you guys?
Yo, man, why white people always trying to take Black children, man? Well, let's talk about it, man. Y'all always,
is that a thing?
Y'all can't just be out collecting Black kids. Madonna, all y'all, man. Come on, yeah, they're amazing.
I just had an Angelina Jolie moment. I couldn't help it. She's so adorable.
Can I have you? I want to take you home.
Marley, okay. So you start the hashtag, but I want you to talk about it. So how much have you raised? And because I know you've talked about not only wanted to donate to your elementary school, but you want to take this everywhere.
Yeah, the goal is to really change systems, not just in the United States, but across the world. So I collected almost 10,000 books so far.
Wow.
So it's not really 1,000 Black girl books, it's 10,000. But we also have a resource guide
1,000, I like that you went with 1,000. It's
it was
definitely
a smart,
smaller,
yeah.
And then
you
crushed that.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to crush 1,000. But now we have a resource guide where you can get a list of 1,000 of those books, so that if you want to go to your own personal library or tell your schools and your teachers about Black girl books that exist, that's how you can do it. And now my book is actually coming out with Scholastic about how to blend your passions and the things that you enjoy doing with making a difference in your community and on a global and local scale.
So this resource guide is available now, or
it's available online. So if you go to the website, www.grassrootscommunityfoundation.com, you can find 1,000 of those books organized by emerging reader, independent reader, adult reader, and genre. And there are a bunch of different resources surrounding that as well.
And is that broken out by age as well? Like things that, I guess I'll find out when I go.
Well, that was what she said. Well, the levels of reading are like for the, do you think you could have a level that could help Ebro understand?
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I think so, yeah.
Old man level.
What level would you put him at, you think?
I mean, I don't.
I read it like first grade. I'm good.
Well, then that's emerging reader.
There you
Okay,
go.
you'd be an
Emerging
emerging
reader.
reader. What would DJ John be at, you think?
Let's bring him in. Get a microphone.
DJ John.
There we go.
Oh my God.
DJ John.
There we go.
DJ John.
Hey,
DJ John.
Yeah, John.
Now,
Yeah.
Marley told me earlier that she wanted to participate in the show because they listen every day on their way to school. And you said you wanted to play the DJ John game.
Yes.
So you want to ask a question to DJ John.
Yes.
And you want
Very
to see if
important
DJ
question.
is smart or DJ John is smart or not.
Yeah, or no.
Or she's going with
All
or
right.
not
All
already.
right.
I mean, it's a tough question.
All right, so we'll ask the question and then we'll take it from there. So what do you have, Marley, for DJ John today?
Okay, so in 2015,
Oh my gosh, Marley. We said E.
gonna
It's just
struggle.
a year. All she said was a year, Laura. Oh my God.
in 2015, what percent of children's books that were published had children of color as the main character?
All right, very good. So, Ebro,
I'll guess. I say or not. He's not getting this. What do you got there? Who else? Who wants to take smart?
you know, DJ John, people have been always lining up against him. I think he's got this. I think he can guess the percentage. So ask him the question one more time, Marley, and then we'll let DJ John give it a shot.
In 2015, what percent of children's books published featured children of color as the main character?
Percentage.
Now, does he need an exact number, Marley, or just you want him in the right zone?
In the right zone.
Okay. I'm gonna help you out, Juanito. It's definitely less than 40%.
Well, I was thinking of
So just stay
right.
below 40%.
35.
Is that your final answer?
She's tough.
Wow, she's a good one. Yes.
Okay, well, the answer is it's actually under 10%, around 9
I
was trying to.
Didn't you know
Terrible.
if the number had been 35%, Juanito, we'd be having a totally different conversation. That would actually be close to appropriate.
Yeah.
But
So-
no, it's under 10%.
Yeah, so the number two, the number one, number two groups for children's books that are published is about animals and white kids. So those are, I think white kids is around like 60% and animals is around 30. So
It's so bad.
Wow.
That's so crazy. Well, DJ John, thanks for trying.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, DJ
DJ
John.
John. All right, DJ John. So Marley, I want to have another piece of this conversation before we let you go. Okay, because our school system is going through a lot of changes, right? There's a lot, especially in black and brown neighborhoods, and lack of funding, right? Resources. You know, Hispanics make up approximately 20-something% of our total population of our country.
yeah.
Black folks make up about 13%. And then it's, you know, the rest is white, Asian, other, blah, blah, blah. So a large majority of the population of our country is not black or brown. And so when I start looking at our public school system and the things that we're expecting our communities to get from our public school system, obviously I'm irritated by the lack of funding and the lack of focus and things like that, but I also get irritated by the people who live in our communities and the parents. Fortunately, your parents, very involved. Your mom, she's not having these games. She's very involved in creating
Yeah.
programs. But that's not the norm, right? The norm in our communities is not the parents being involved. It is not us putting things together and supporting our children with their ideas or even having the money or the resources to do so. And there's
Or time.
And there's levels to that, right? Unemployment, you know, and just the prison pipeline and et cetera, we can go on.
Food deserts.
Man, keep going. How do you propose communities that are homogenous? Because there's a lot of communities that are straight white. You know, right? We have a coworker who she's dating a guy who just realized he didn't have any black friends. He never thought about it. It was never in his mind. Where he grew up was all white. The school he went to was all white. You know, now he's working and he's like, wow, I didn't.
Do you have anything resembling a question for Marley?
I'm getting
Okay.
there.
Jeez,
How do
Louise,
you
she's got a lot to do
propose-
today.
So
How do you
long.
propose as a 12-year-old, and you're very bright, how do you propose that other communities who aren't multicultural, right, become or more aware of this and want to participate because it just might not be their reality?
Well, I think that community engagement is something that a school does not teach to kids. So a lot of the times, at least I can say for my schools, that a lot of the times it is competitive, that we're based to think on an individual scale and an interpersonal scale, but not on a systematic scale. So I think that curriculums need to change in a sense where we think about how does the information that we take in, how can that be shared with other people? Because a lot of the times we think about it as we study for our test, we take the test, and then that's our grade, and that stays within that box of our lives. But we don't think about how can that information that I just learned from this test, how can that help me grow and to impact other people? So I would say for homogeneous communities that they should definitely think of an aspect as we live in this world, in this town, but we also live in this complete different, we live in planet Earth, and then we live in this district, and then we live in this state. And how can we understand our place and then think about our place in positions to every other place around us?
Marley
All right,
Dias.
Mars.
No, I'm quitting the show.
Why?
She should take my spot. It's stupid. Okay, listen. Assad Khaled's already more successful than me. I'm not. I didn't even understand what you just said. I mean, it was brilliant. How do you? That was
She said
exactly
have
right.
a global perspective.
Yeah, how do you have a global perspective at 12? I don't understand. It's incredible.
Marley Dias.
Oh my God, Marley, that was a phenomenal answer.
There you go. That website one more time.
www.grassrootscommunityfoundation.org.
I know, are you on social media and these things?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at I am Marley Dias.
Now, Marley, real quick. First of all, your name pronounced Diaz, not Diaz.
Yes.
I
Diaz,
was
Sorry.
calling you Diaz this whole time.
It's fine.
because of Luis Diaz. I understand.
And the Diaz brothers.
And the Diaz, Tony Touch. I got it.
Yeah.
Marley, how is your relationship with your teachers? Do you have a lot of teachers who are supportive of what you do? They're
Yeah, they're good. I have good teachers.
And what about other students? Because let's be totally honest, you are obviously well aware that you are unusual in terms of how you think of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So is it difficult for you to fit in with kids at school because your interests are different, or are kids into it?
I guess like people don't think of me as, I guess, a commodity in the sense where, I mean, I'm a normal kid at school. I mean, I act the same, but still everyone at my school is different in a sense. Everyone is unusual in their own way. So I guess that me being smart or me being able to think about things in a different perspective is different from a kid who can draw. And that we're still really, really kind of weird kids in general. But
Right,
we're
so
all
everyone
weird
has
in a
their own
different way.
thing.
So it's not really a big
And
deal.
what's this, like X-Men or something?
Yeah,
She-
yeah, what is going on?
I guess.
That's
What's
how
going
he's
on
painting
here?
it live.
We've all got superpowers. So that's awesome. What an amazing experience. So people can follow you on social media. They can go to your website. And do you also still get time? What activities do you have to be 12? Like, do you is there anything that you like to do? Like, yes, I do all this smart stuff, but I also like to play basketball. Or do you have any other activities that are?
Well, I like to swim, and I like to Snapchat my dad doing funny things. That's my favorite thing.
So Snapchat filters.
okay.
Yeah, so one time my dad, he put these ice cubes on his wrist, and then we were playing the song Rolex, and he went, I got some ice on my wrist, and he does that all the time. I got
So
to
in
embarrass
other words,
dad, I'm sorry.
in other words, your parents are weirdos as well. All right, we
Yeah,
got it.
basically,
We got it.
basically.
Marley, it's been a real
Yo,
pleasure.
give it up.
Thank you.
Give it up. Give it up.
Thank you.